10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
But I think he's been beaten to it. MCK doesn't look quite so sure. He got the win. The shot coming in second, not far behind him.
Very, very exciting and very close race. Up until this point, this is where we see Silas, Aaron. That last cube, it's positioned awkwardly. And
guard searing chains. It can be problematic. They're in complete comfort zone. It's hard to say. It's still a Spectre game, but like you said, 36%. Let's go with the Morphling for me.
So you're going with HR.
Yeah, let's make it fun.
You're going with Viking.
Yeah.
You got to split on just the drafts. If you didn't know the team names, just give me a percentage before we get into the game. How would you say
I would say the drafts are
favored?
pretty even. I'll slightly favor Viking.
Yeah, same.
Okay, still.
Like, I would favor the Morphling pick over the Ember a little bit, but then you see Venomancer as well on one side. Slightly favored for Viking, not a lot.
Well, let's hopefully get to it. Hopefully Lyrical and Trent are standing by, ready to deliver this game. I'm more excited to see what Lyrical's going to have behind his green screen and what madness the production have done with it all. It is time for us to get into our opening game. He's in the whirly world once again. He's spinning out of control. Guys, take it away.
Thank you so much, Banks. Yeah, we're out in what's the Pollock thing? The Pollock
Jackson
artwork?
Pollock, yeah.
Is that how it goes? Oh, you're a cultured fellow, aren't you, Trent?
Oh, I do what I can. Yeah.
Looking beautiful in that jersey as well. I'm sure that there's only good teams on it as well as we hop into this game number 1. Viking GG versus Hellraisers, the real grand finals, sorta.
That's right. Our second grand final, whatever made Kyle mad yesterday. Going to the Immortal League. Dun, 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 dun. This is your chance. Chance. You have to pretend we're in a stadium.
To make,
yeah, something like that.
History.
You got to play versus the big teams. They've been lying in wait. They've been hanging out together, watching your games, laughing a little bit. Show them not to laugh. You got to get up that Immortal division. You got to crush them.
I love to hear it. That's an inspirational speech, Trent. You should be a coach at some point in time in the future. It's gonna be amazing, dude. Chuvesh just got that little ward taken out there from Celery. Well done, Mr. Man.
Boom. Pretty solid start. So it's a the lanes. I was not sure what was gonna happen because I know there are several teams that would be like, we got to send the Morphling mid, we got to get the matchup, but then your Prophet would be kind of weird on the side. Like I feel like Prophet would be kind of good versus Veno, but at the same time, you sort of want the Prophet to get the quick levels so that he gets the fast 6 so he can rotate and get the kills. So it will be Morphling versus Veno in the bottom lane. And we all know Morph has his fun attribute shifts, and Treant has a flat heal. So flat heal plus attribute shift equals easy life for Morphling. But there's a Spirit Breaker, so he can always tip the scales with a potential play.
Definitely. It's the way to do it, you know? And then you also always just, I think whenever you watch these games with Spirit Breaker, as Toby is going to take a couple punches.
Yeah, level 1. I've only hit the orb. I mean, he's got the boots, so it kind of works the same way, but interesting strategy to punish the level 1 of the Veno right away. Makes you think of like Darkseer or something, or, you know, someone who you just want to instantly run at the start. Who? What? Hero?
Well, not exactly, right? Well, he was banned out.
Darkseer's some Darkseer.
Yeah, he was banned this game even. But I think that I like what you're saying, because if you just allow this Venomancer to sit back and poke at you, it's the worst time in the world playing Dota. It just sucks.
Yeah.
He does so much damage with it over time. I mean, 48 magical damage just with 1 hit at level 1. Like, what? How is that fair?
Doesn't seem fair at all.
No. It's crazy. But yeah, the thing I was going to talk about is eventually Aramis taking the Spirit Breaker, running around the map, and possibly causing some trouble. Nature's Prophet is a hero that's somewhat gankable, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. I like the Ember in that regard because I do think it pairs well with the Spirit Breaker, but I have pretty serious hesitations about picking Ember into Morphling like ever. It feels like Morph is the hero you pick into Ember because you're like, oh yeah, good times ahead. You know, I got my Morph into the Ember, but as you can see at the top of the screen, boom, you know, this guy, famous for his Queen of Pain, also spams a ton of Ember Spirit, so he's well aware. Believe it or not, they do actually know things like hero matchups like we do, and he obviously thinks that this is completely fine in this game for him.
Dude, if we're going to be honest, though, he's getting kind of bodied here. 8-8 on the Nature's Prophet versus 4-1 for the Ember.
I mean, what are his advantages in this lane?
Yeah, it's
relatively low armor hero for a mid. He starts out, you know, lower than Nature's Prophet. So the Treants, he can't really go full slight.
No, it feels like he needs to go Flame Guard to be able to kill the Treants later. But right now, at least these early goings, it's just not really working out that well. And Nature's Prophet's getting everything he wants. Kasani is owning.
That's a lot of damage.
Top lane, haven't talked about it that much, but the Timber Saw going up against the Spectre Enchantress, I don't really feel like there's much that Viking can do to pressure Funnick here.
No, his life is good. The real question is, like, when does Chu just kind of leave him alone? The benefits, you have pure damage from the Impetus, but, I mean, you guys have seen the new Ench. It's not really the Impetus that's very crazy early on. As Chu is continuing to fake body block this camp.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it has a sentry in there.
And he is going to take a lot of damage. Has to actually salve up afterwards, but Ench is going to break it. TP out by Chu.
All right, that was sick.
Damn. Oh, but they're still going to know that the D-ward's there. Damn, Celery. All right.
I think he D-warded a sentry initially as well, so that's why.
Okay.
And we're still pretty certain it was there. Plus, he was outside the box that time, too.
Gotcha. Well, take another look towards mid here. Not much has changed, but at least you're still getting some levels here on the Ember, which is nice, and staying fairly even with Kasani. So he'll at least be able to make some rotations later on and all that good stuff as well, and farm up the jungle if he needs to.
Yeah, jungle will be the big one. dive down bottom. We do have, as Maposhka is, he gets the bash. Give this guy another bash.
Oh, needs one. Needs just one touch. And they are
Denied.
going to get the deny. Oh, no. And now Chu's made the rotation over. They thought they had first blood, but they didn't. They didn't know.
There's so many creeps, though. It's so hard to make that chase with battery assault.
Yeah.
Nyx is just like, you know what's worth a lot of gold? Creeps. So
Yeah.
gonna head on back over here. But we'll have to worry about the dispel this game, right? From the Ench for that living armor. You can't count on it necessarily.
That's a good point. And they're going to go on him again right at the start here. He's getting jumped on. Do they have any way to stop this? Well, Nick's still walking away, and he looks to be pretty fine. Maposhka might be in some more trouble, and he instead is going to be the one that draws first blood after he just respawned.
The only way this is going to hurt them is if Shad has a rough time top, right? Because this is costing his top support on the Spectre, but he's currently still under the tower. Funnick does get a deny right in his face, so there's that. But Shad's also going to get both bounties. They're going to get all 4 bounties unless Kasani TPs.
Which it does not look like he will. He's taking the walk over there instead. And it looks
Shad
like
went for the creep wave instead, so
Scanning.
mind games.
fair enough. Now they're scanning like, guys, he didn't go there.
Now they see him pulling the creep wave back. Chad is just going to take this wave. He can't really stay in lane against the Timber very effectively. Timber's about to get level 6 here, but he does need to keep this wave away, particularly with that catapult. That's how you can just lose your tower super early against the Timber.
Yeah, this is the right play down bottom. Nyx is getting hit again, but does have the heal, and Ench is not close enough by. They popped the ulti from Kasani. There is a Quelling Blade prepped on Toby because he was cutting down the trees anyway for the Treant. So there's not even like this free sprout that you might expect on someone like the Venom. I mean, he had Tangos as well, but will still be there for a lot of the game too. That was a super value Quelling Blade for a ranged hero this game.
And I mean, Kasani's gone, and this is a catapult wave into their mid tower. So this is going to be some pretty decent damage here, as it looks like they also were able to send the Treants over to deny the rune down bottom. Hoof Stomp onto the Clockwork. Chu just going to run away. And still Nyx is farming. Kasani top in terms of last hits. As he's going to stand toe-to-toe here. Has the heal coming in. Celery. Didn't actually enchant it off. Used the enchant instead on a creep to pull that one over instead. Okay.
There's certain heroes that take a lot of focus in the draft when you discuss them, and you start like thinking the entire draft around them. And I think like Morph, Ember, and Spectre fit that bill. But so does Timber. We have like not talking about Timber at all, as again another fight happens down here.
Celery under control, being brought down lower and lower. Waveform in, manages to find that kill. Maposhka's going to go down as well. Now the Gale onto Chu. He might need to be denied here. Can Nyx hit it perfectly? Trying to wait for the clap. Didn't quite land in time. Good play there by Viking to make sure they didn't manage to get the deny on Hellraisers, but they won't be able to really pressure Nyx any further here. Doesn't feel like, at least. Oh, Kasani
again
comes in. Toby trying to back his way through. Oh, one last touch with there. The stick barely able to keep him alive. Well played.
And they had the Observer Ward there too that was scouting out for that Wrath of Nature that almost spelled their doom. But yeah, this is a game where what is the answer to this Timber Saw?
I don't know, man.
Like, Venno can plant at the tower, but if that happens, because they're almost at that point, if he wants to actually pressure, it's, as you pointed out before, a very good thing that they got rid of that catapult wave, because that would have been a really, you know, potential dead tower, and I don't think anyone could have shaken him off that. Now, Funnick is going to move to the mid lane. He's got 4 points in the armor, so his damage isn't that high, but he does have complete, like, territory potential of, I'm just going to stay here.
Well, and the other thing about that is that normally that is a thing where Venno can hold a tower with wards. He doesn't even have it skilled up yet.
That's a good point.
So I don't know,
man.
man.
Won't be happening.
This is going to be tough. Aramis, he's getting chased down. They do still have the Chakram to try and run him down if they want to.
His
Whirling
damage
death
is
back
so
up again in a
comically low.
second. Yeah, he can't do it.
It really is funny when you only have the ulti does a lot, sure, but it's just like this is other than that he's the same as a level 2 Timber. It's just, you know. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's not great, but he can hit a tower quite well, and particularly with Kasani nearby.
Yeah, it kind of replaces the catapult too by having the Treants, right?
We do have 4 heroes coming towards the mid lane. Everybody trying to go onto the Nature's Prophet. Nobody wants to deal with Funnick. They're just going to leave him alone, but everybody charging in. Funnick's like, come on, guys, hit me. Leave my buddy alone. He wants to jump in. Could find Aramis here. Chakram goes out. Is going to be able to land that kill. But can they get any more afterwards? Shad is going to go for the dagger up towards the north, and that should spell the end of the majority of this fight. Celery still trying to run away. I think she's quick and well. She's
I don't know how
chasing.
many chakras they need to hit. 2 maybe? To get the
he's got tranquils on Chu. That should be enough here.
I don't know. She's fast, man.
Slow.
I think she's fine.
Oh my God, Celery! What the hell?
They needed 2 chakras.
Oh my God. Tranquils are gonna kick in again. No. Okay.
It's end. 365 with brown boots. I think this clock's gonna catch up. If he starts catching up, she can just turn around and poke him again.
That's fair. Well, Celery making the move out, now stealing some camps. Gonna maybe get a bounty rune as well. What more could you want?
That's pretty valuable. 10-minute rune. Will Ember be fortunate here?
Oh, Cogs.
That's pretty good.
But it is going to be picked up by Aramis.
Good
And Enchantress
grammar.
gain another one. Chu, does he manage to get the last bounty? He does. Okay. So it is going to be a 2 for 2 instead of a 3 for 1. Chu.
And it meant that Funnick got the rune instead, so he wasn't able to refill his bottle after all that because Chu's stealing the rune. So now he has to go back home, and it's delaying his own time before he can defend the mid tower. Meanwhile, Nyx went up top and has just been chilling on the morph, really hoping no one notices.
Well, looks like they haven't. He's fine. He's having a great time.
This is Funnick.
Treads, double wraith.
I clicking these wards and realized, oh hey, these are pretty weak, guys.
Yeah. It's a great start.
If there's one thing we know about Tree, it's all or nothing when it comes to the tower push.
Yep. Absolutely. And this is that sort of slow down style that you would anticipate with a Venno. But likewise, when you sort of have the slow push into a tree, it just doesn't end up doing anything. And this is just more time for the Morphling to come online. I mean, Spectre Ember on the other side still feels scary to me if I'm looking at this draft as Hellraisers. What do you think as we see Celery just get bopped?
I would... Well, what team would I rather be on right now? I think a lot of it depends on the Haunt plays, right?
Okay.
Because the Spectre, if he finishes the Midas build, which it looks like he is going to, it goes into the whole, like, I'm not doing anything, guys, but I can Haunt. And Haunt is really nice when you have Ember and Storm Spirit, right? So if they can use that vision to kill off Kasani, I mean, I just assume they can't kill Funnick.
Right.
So I don't even think that's an option. But maybe killing the Nature's Prophet can slow him down, and they can like force Funnick to one tower and then push another. I think that's an option. They actually can't do anything versus Funnick. And that as he's dying. But there are 4 heroes here for in my defense.
On the other side, they get Shad too, though. So Funnick is going to try and Timber Chain away, and they might give up now, actually. We'll see. He's got the healing still on him.
Did he screw up a Remnant or something?
I'm not sure.
Oh, he went back to the... There was an Invis bottle up top. He did give up.
Well, yeah. So that, I mean, that doesn't end up working out too well for Viking GG at all. They lose the Spectre top, and then they manage to get away on that Timber Saw. Chu now going to get ran down a little bit by Boom. Going to go for the Remnant forward. Haunt afterwards. Okay, Shad trying to come in for the kill steal. Gets it. Well done.
That's kind of Haunt, but I don't know if that's worth it or not. I mean, it's worth it for the Spectre, yes, but in the overall game plan, I don't think it's going to feel very good.
Yeah. More pressure on that mid-tier 1 tower here as Aramis again trying to sort of keep that Timber Saw back. And this edge creep actually is going to be enough to sort of tank through and let them get the tier 1 tower mid.
Yeah, they gave up the defense of it. I think Maposhka a bit too focused on bottom perhaps for the defense. And he was healing mid a little bit, but maybe they need to keep that one fully charged.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I'm wondering, like, if this game goes towards the later stages, is Morphling good enough that he can sort of, not the player, but the hero in this game, good enough to sort of carry them through it all, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think they have heroes that are weak to, like, items. Like, I feel like Ember's a hero that items can kind of defeat him. You don't necessarily have to, like, counterpick him if you can buy the correct stuff.
Right.
And Prophet is, like, an item-based hero, where it's mostly about the Goldie farms.
down bottom. Again, they find Shad, chasing him down. One more hit is all they need, and they're going to get the kill with the battery assault. So Haunt used after dying, then comes back bottom, dies again. I mean, he's got his Midas, but this is a tough one.
Yeah, that is a little disappointing, I'm sure. He's like, can I get a neutral item? He's going to be Iron Talon now. Nice.
There you go. Something.
Yeah, I mean, I think Morph is like one of the best. It's like Morph and AM are pretty equal in my opinion of being able to like completely carry a game. I think it's a lot easier on AM, but Morphin can do it in more games.
Well, again, the jump through, Aramis brought down very low. That Wrath of Nature did so much damage, and Chu just trying to walk away. He's taking a lot of damage. They switch back over into the Ember.
Oh,
Waveform through,
so
finds
good.
the kill, double for Nyx, and he's still got this. He can go back in for another slight chains combo in a second, as Aramis already going to be bullied back down. There's the adaptive strike waveform in, triple kill for Nyx, easy as pie.
Now he's the platinum Ember spammer. but damn, Morphling is really good versus Ember. Does not feel great.
Oh man, that is a tough one.
He just got a triple kill at 15 minutes.
Well, and he's 5-0-1 in general too, with over 100 last hits. Like, this guy he's moving.
And he did so much damage.
Yeah.
I mean, to his credit, Funnick did just as much as well.
Yeah, it's true. And I think
here we
wasn't
go.
captured in there's the Wrath of Nature.
4 heroes. There's
They're
a tower
going for him.
nearby.
If they can't get this, this feels
They
so
already
bad.
quit, I think.
Oh, like the game, or I don't know.
Not quite. They are starting to surround this tower, though. They're going to plant the ward down. They see the tree, and now that's a much easier kill.
Yeah, more than happy to take this guy. Overgrowth, Nature's Grasp. Pushka will die. Now TPing down bottom. On a boom,
hooked on the
Orchid
Orchid.
reveal. Oh, but there's the Yule Scepter afterwards, and that has to stop. Boom actually not going to decide to go in with all this team nearby.
His courier was on a haste rune, so he went back for that.
Got it. So now they're bringing 5 down bottom. And they
That
know
overgrowth, I don't think they can fight this. I think this is a perfect timing from Viking GG. They actually have got the Timber Saw.
chase down. Control is there. All the regen in the world will not keep you alive, Funnick. So they do manage to get that. And we'll have a glyph afterwards with some tree armor, but this tower will fall.
They're trying to get top at the same time, as you can see in our picture production quality.
Okay. And then they stop.
Oh, you know, you got to defend a little bit. So, yeah. Trade a tier 1 for a tier 2. Still good for HR at this point. Blizzard Funnick isn't great, but he's obviously had a pretty good game up to this point, so not a huge deal.
And what's he building next? He's going for just pipe. I like that a lot. Or mechanism, excuse me.
Mech, yeah.
Interesting.
Anyone building a pipe?
I think he's going to get it
Venno
afterwards.
Ember.
He has a hood as well on top of that, so he could just go back for it. All the tanky items. Ooh, and now an essence ring. I like that. I think that's going to be a Funnick item.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite neutral items right now. It feels good on anyone. I like that one I can still use at like 30 or 40 minutes on support, depending on the game. Obviously, I haven't gotten my Philosopher's Stone. It's the real one you need.
They're going to run into Mapochka yet again, who is going to be able to throw out the Nature's Grass, slow everybody down, uses another Overgrowth.
Why?
I don't know, man.
Why you do this?
I mean, you could maybe make the argument that like he didn't want Funnick to get gone on afterwards. He's like, all right, I'm going to slow him down, but yeah, it's a weird one.
I guess they're not necessarily initiating fights, really, but it would still be good if like they ever want to push another tower. Because like part of the reason why they were able to take that bottom tower, I think, is there was no threat of the Overgrowth just coming out, even if the tree like bought back or something.
Yeah, that's true. It does sort of spell some weird parts of it. Chu is going to get chased up top yet again, and they throw the armor onto him. Immediately, everybody backs off again. Just want to take control of this area one more time, it looks like. But mech now done on Timber. I think they have a Philosopher's Stone as well. Yeah, Tree's holding on to that one.
Oh, nice.
That's a good
Veil eggs. Actually, he needs Blink still. Veil over Meteor Hammer, by the way.
Scanning.
I guess you can still farm with Nature's Grasp, and then the idea is like, what, you...
I mean, the Veil is pretty good for like the Clockwork spells, the Morphling stuff is a lot of magic.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be useful for Wrath of Nature, but you never know.
There's a chance.
Happen.
But yeah,
it's okay.
19 minutes in, though. It's a 3,000 gold lead. Still things looking pretty solid for Hellraisers. And I'm sure this has been pointed out the panel as well, but the new logo, you love to see it. As the Clockwork is just going to hook on in, and one Chakram brings down Bambi.
Is that the official new logo?
Yeah.
Angry eyebrows?
Yeah, man. They raise hell and lift their eyebrows.
Well, the last one was like an H and an R over the devil.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
But now it's just 2 red lines?
Yeah. Well, now Clockwork could have come on in here. They try and find him. Toby going to be under control. Maposhka, Overgrowth back up again. Let's have the root down, and now Boom going to jump on in, try and bring down Maposhka. He's already going to die. Haunt out afterwards. 2 supports already dead. Can they find any more? Nyx is the call. Does manage to land there with the ulti, but mantas it off yet again. Waveforms away and is just kept alive. Now, have they gone a bit too deep? Okay, TP back in. Clockwork's trying to make it happen. Kasani pops the BKB. Chu trying to run in and make a little bit of magic happen. They get the Orchid there onto the Spirit Breaker, but they will lose Kasani. Still, though, so much damage coming out from the rest of these heroes. Flame Guard on the Morph going to be lifted. Chase in. Boom still trying to make his move forward. Funnick is dropping super low, but Nyx
big cleanup.
might just play cleanup here. Sleight of Fist comes out. Double kill for him. They can't find anybody else afterwards, though, it doesn't look like.
Chad lives, though. That is big, because his game has been really hard, and he makes it out of this fight now well ahead of his teammates, and he's actually catching up to even the Nature's Prophet. It's like 1,000 gold behind. And I did not think he was going to get that close by this point in the game, especially. He's now Manta and Midas finished. Feeling pretty good. Looking towards that Scotty. Great item versus Morphling. And I don't think we're ever going to get a fight recap.
That's fine. We knew what happened. We saw it.
Yeah, but I want to see how much damage Ench did. She stole one of the Morphling Mantas.
Ooh.
There's actually, and then it was like laying into Kasani, and it's one of those things you just kind of ignore.
Right.
But, you know, a Morphling Illusion does quite a bit of damage.
That's true. He's going to have to be really careful with that mana usage from here on out.
Oh, there we go. It finally popped up.
Nice. Well, 1,800 damage. That's not insignificant.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you can't really, like, you know, you have the Manta when you got a Manta. I don't think you can really play around it, but
That's true.
maybe someone could, like, try and nuke them down a little.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Get a Dagon.
There you go.
That's always my solution
That's,
nowadays.
I feel like that's like a hidden Spectre counter.
Yeah?
You know, if you're that support, like, if you're just buying Glimmer to try and live through it anyway,
Yeah.
you know, Dagon's like stats now, guys. Have you guys seen the build up for this thing? It's completely different.
It's pretty awesome. I was shocked the first time I saw it. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, I forgot about that in all of the other changelogs that we had in that giant patch.
Yeah.
But yeah, a bunch of different types of stats. I'm down to see it.
The build up's so bad because, like, you buy, like, this expensive recipe for 2 more all stats.
Yeah, that's true.
That part doesn't feel great. But, you know, it's just the one for killing illusions. There's something there still.
It's not the highest value. You make it back up with the gold that you get from killing the high level illusions. Sort of. Up top, Nyx might be in some trouble here, but does have the Aegis. Does have Manta afterwards if he wants to get it off, but he did not manage to get any agility switched back to strength. So he will be dead and comes back to life. Now gonna think on his sins and run back to the side of the river.
Even game at this point feels like they maybe need to be like a little bit more ahead right now for Hellraisers for me to feel like really good in this game, you know, because there is a Spectre and an Ember, but I mean, Morph is still on top, which is very good, and is heading towards the BKB after this E-Blade. So maybe Nyx can, as he's taunting, you know, flex off these shotgun plays. They're heading straight for Boom right now, who is still just sitting on Yules.
Yeah. Damn. Do you see that?
Yeah, get
That's
out of
cool.
there.
I love the like waveform in, and he was like able to get the chains off as he was waveforming.
Yeah, and yet and then the Ember still got out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it didn't hit on him.
Yeah. It's depressing, I make this cool play. Now they want to smoke right away. Oh man, I've seen like 4 double smokes today. They're trying to use this Ember morph.
It's about to wear off too. Oh, but he's gonna depop Flame Guard?
I think he must have. Yeah, it doesn't show. I'm pretty sure when you use it on the morph.
Okay. Well, got eyes on them. Hookshot comes in. Well, E-Blade jump, but the Yule Scepter needs the Chakram. Doesn't quite manage to get it, but there's the Orchid afterwards. And they will manage to kill him.
I don't think he had a remnant down, did he? I think he was out of remnants.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So big plays there. Bringing down the Ember, now push it in for the tier 2 tower.
There is some empty net worth kind of, I feel like, too, on the side of Viking GG, where like the Veno, I think Toby hasn't had the best Veno game in terms of like actually applying that Veno pressure that you're hoping for, but damn, that's a big kill. Soleri got, was that with a creep or something? He killed an MKB? Okay, it wasn't done. He's still 1,000 gold away. All right, that's not quite as bad.
Yeah. Still, it's pretty big. Nyx, they're gonna throw out the Overgrowth now. E-Blade combo brings Spiritbreaker down to almost nothing. Funnick trying to come in and clean up afterwards. They got Treants blocking him the whole way. Double hook and chain in. Just for style points, they're getting the kill.
Man, we got the chain gang here. Timbersaw and Clockwork. Got some strats.
Crazy. So down bottom, they're gonna go. Kasani, he doesn't need a courier. He's just gonna start pushing down the bottom tier 2. So this to me feels like it's super danger town for Viking GG.
Yeah, it's real bad. Like some GG level territories right now.
It's really spooky. So tier 2 tower about to fall. And they are probably going to have the pipe pretty soon off of this as well. And then it's Greaves' pipe on the Timbersaw. And, I mean, do they have really that much sort of damage mitigation stuff on the side of Dire? Doesn't feel like it. It's like no teamfight items.
Courier has been killed.
No, I don't think they do. Not really have the heroes for it.
Yeah. Oh, hook shots onto a creep. Shoot. One to be pushed away afterwards, and 3,000 gold lead. As looks like the rotation is looking to take over this side of the map and maybe secure themselves a Roche.
Well, Aegis and Cheese will be back up in about 3.5 minutes, probably 4.5. If we're being realistic.
Sani, BKB, TP's out. Realizes I don't want to be here anymore. So what's Radiant's play then?
Radiant's play is just take all the towers they want. I mean, they kind of got caught here. This is a really good side push where they're actually using this catapult, but I think they can win most fights right now.
Okay.
I mean, ideally, you wish you could fight the Spectre, right? But she's gonna be playing super far back and just trying to like farm from the base so that she can haunt in. Because if they were able to initiate on the Spectre, then that would be a big problem. Because then that limits your potential of aggression. Right. Ideally, Spectre is somewhere, rest of the team is somewhere else. So Spectre wants to be haunting into a fight. So if they go to the Spectre, you're done. Right. That's why Shad is just like running to Fountain and throwing daggers back and forth. If Shad gets caught, their game's like over.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Does have an Orb of Destruction. His Midas is off cooldown. Slightly frustrating, but that's fine. And he does have the full Scotty actually coming out now as well. So that's a pretty huge pickup, particularly against the Timber.
What's the HP going to be now? 2625. That is quite good. And that's on Agi treads. And going right for the heart, so... Oh, that's the courier is getting picked off here. Kasani tries to come back for Soleri. Man, he's like a bounty hunter or something this game.
He's doing it.
Tips him. Like, what were you thinking, huh?
Thought I wasn't going to come and go for you? What the hell? Aramis. They pop the Shivas. In some trouble. Rooted for the moment. He's going to get the hook shot there. Chains onto 2. Full combo comes out. Aramis able to live, though. Throw out that Veno ulti now. Trying to bring it onto everybody. Haunt. Throwing up Makoshka right at the start. Now he's going to be under control. Funnick trying to turn back in on the Greaves. Shad running away. So far, 2 for 1 with 1 buyback. Now Nyx trying to go toe-to-toe against Shad and the Spectre. Look at the damage coming in. And with the Scotty, it's blowing him up. He's got to get the heck out of here. Does have another waveform, but no mana. There's the stick pop and then the waveform out, but still in trouble. Nyx under control. Nyx down.
They will try and finish off Aramis. Yeah, I don't know if I like the way they started that fight. I felt like they kind of forced it for no good reason as the Radiant.
Yeah.
It's like Chu thought he might have had something as he's dying with that hook shot. But in the end, not going to pay off for them. That's a dieback for Aramis, but it's also 3 kills and forcing the buyback out onto the tree. Now, the best case scenario, of course, is that Roche spawns frame 1, and they have like a courier in the pit or something, and they can take it. But even then, the Morphling's going to be back. Everything will be ready, so looks like they're not really going to get to capitalize on this in terms of the H and the cheese.
And that's Scotty, though.
All right, surely they're going to get Soleri this time, right? He has been so greedy in here.
Well,
don't give him a return kill. All right.
get out of there, buddy. That Harpy Stormcrafter is a menace.
So they're unable to stop the Bounty Rune steal as well there from Boom. And here comes the Boom. Here comes the Haste Rune. He's like, All right.
I wanted it.
He's a little scared of the Orchid and then using himself, but he's all right.
Yeah. You're talking about the HP levels. Spectre also just got that 400 health talent at 20, which still is just like so ridiculously insane that's.
And then wants a heart.
Right. Yeah. This is starting to get into like you got to do something really quickly on Hellraisers, and Roche super fast spawn.
Wow, that
and
was
they
like
see it immediately.
Instant. That's the benefit of Clockwork and Nature's Prophet, though. Like, they were kind of destined to have this. And might have been important to try and control this area of the map for Viking GG and, like, try and plant down. Because once you're forced out of here, you can't get back in.
Oh, man. That's crazy. The timing of that one spawning. And now they're going to get Aegis and Cheese. And this is what they need. Because I feel like you sort of have to win now to some extent if you're Hellraisers. What do you think?
Not win now, but yeah, you need like to flex your advantage. So I do think they're still stronger right now until Ember has like 1 more item or 2 more items maybe. Then the game gets very difficult. But like if the game coasts where it is, it's very good for Viking GG, I feel.
All right.
So yeah, I would like to see HR actually pressure over the next 5 minutes.
They're on top of a ward. Got some vision, or is that it's double ward, or is it just a sentry? It's hard to tell. There's an observer ward there too.
Oh yeah, I see the little hands.
Who are they going to go on? What is the opening for them? Toby thinking about going high ground. Aramis spots Chu. Decides to not go there as he sees Nyx up on the high ground next to him. And yeah, as you mentioned, obviously not wanting to get the Spectre, the one initially initiated on, but sort of a similar situation for Nature's Prophet, I feel.
Yeah, he just wants to TP in the backline of BKB because they still don't have anything for BKB besides the ult, right? Of the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah. Well, and Nature's Prophet now is also starting to, he's already had crazy net worth, but I feel like we're going to start feeling it more with the MKB finished. He's got Cheese 2 on top of the BKB. Starting the fight on Funnick is scary.
What's the story of this Maposhka medallion? Yeah, I thought he was going to save up for the Blink, and then I was like, well, okay, Blink's like kind of bad versus Spectre.
Nyx. Under control, Nyx. How does that happen? That's just Aegis down for nothing. That's the second time this game. Hookshot comes in, waveform through. He's going to try and turn this fight. It's looking kind of okay, but everybody gets hit with the ulti. Haunt out afterwards. Kasani already starting to get blown up. Boom. He does get silenced there. Yule Scepter afterwards, though, to take it off. They've already lost the Clockwork. Now losing the tree. Kasani getting brought down lower and lower. And he is going to eventually be killed as well.
The next really just going to TP out?
Unbelievable.
He's lucky that he got out on that. But yeah, the Scotty, the cheese pops, and you're just like, well, that wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Not a huge heal coming through.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Not how you're expecting these fights to start. If you're Morphling just dying to like create a fight outside the base, sure, but yeah, Toby getting that giant ulti off, very well played. Just makes the game very hard to fight into.
Mm.
I think the window might have shut here, guys. That's the
Shad's
heart.
just a monster.
I think that was it. That was like the big last hurrah of like, okay, this game's in our favor. Now it's gonna be, we need big items. Like I don't even feel like I'm seeing the damage out of Kasani. He's been going damage the whole game, and sometimes I feel like I wish he just had a mech or something, but they've gone that way on Funnick instead.
Yeah, it's tough, and this is that situation you get into so often on Timbersaw, where like you've had a decent early game, you're able to be a bully around the map, but now you find yourself bottom of the net worth in the cores and just not really able to progress in items that much. It feels like it's been a tough one for him across the board. Yeah, I'm not sure what you need to do with Kasani. Maybe
I wish he had gotten like a scythe, maybe.
Yeah, that could have been cool.
Like after the Orchid, but he's gone more for this like BKB Scythe, maybe instead of BKB MKB, but I can't really fault him on the MKB because he also has the Mindbreaker, so he's like, all right, well, I can silence, and if he uses that, then I can Orchid him. So, like, I have a counter for Boom, but now Boom has a 10-second BKB, and they're smoking towards you. And this is that big item that scares you. This is the one that, like, evens up the fighting, and then when he gets Aghanims, his life is just, like, how do you kill him? Right? They're going to need that Clockwork Aghs on Chu. He should probably have the Stone, because, frankly, I don't know. Like, Maposhka, his items aren't really doing much for you anyway.
Yeah, the medallion always feels like it's sort of an answer to, okay, we need to be able to take Roche quickly, so I'm going to get it now, or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of idea. But then, if you lose the Aegis immediately afterwards, you're kind of, it's not great. But Morph now has a Scotty of his own. We're ready to see it.
And they do have a mech on the Ench, so...
Yeah. This looks like it's Satanic that's going to be completed for Kasani. That should help a little bit as well. Still doesn't really deal with the problem of the Scotty. But we'll see. See how it goes.
Just going to right-click.
Be a right-clicking guy.
Yep. That's the plan.
I wonder what he goes next on Maposhka, if he does just try and go Ags or something.
I kind of think you just buy a Blink, and you just hope that Haunt doesn't completely screw it.
Yeah.
You hope that, maybe you can get a good initiation off with an Overgrowth, because their initiation is still relatively weak outside of Clockwork, and I don't think Clockwork wants to be the first one in, as he's gone on and torn up.
Oh my god,
by Kasani
now. Turning to fight BKB, TP out.
Nice Orchid. That was good.
Yeah.
Orchid's the Spirit Breaker and TPs.
That's
This
what
BKB.
needed. Jeez. Yeah, this is just Viking GG looking incredibly clean here in this game. Game number 1. Didn't panic, didn't hit the eject button. They just sort of kept their calm and were able to make the moves they needed to, and now in complete control of this game.
Yeah, I would have thought 2 Aegises would have been a very good sign of victory for Hellraisers in this one. But Viking GG, they just leaned back and let it happen. I think Shad has done a great job of just not getting picked off in like terrible situations in this mid and late game. Like, the way that he was just playing the high ground and not getting crazy greedy with his farm has completely paid off. Like, he's still sitting at the top of the game. Yeah. And just because he like relaxed a little bit, it just means that they weren't punished really hard in those like 10-minute window, really, where it felt like HR should be able to dictate good fights in their favor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. He's played a very clean game. Has died twice. I think those were both early on, even in the lane stage potentially. But he has now Abyssal Blade. That's going to be the next thing on his docket. Love seeing him just keep the casual repair kit in his backpack also. An extra bit of HP regen is always nice to see.
Now I see a Nullifier being drawn up here for Kasani, so I'm going to try and use that instead.
Okay. I guess for the Ember is my guess?
Yeah. Continual Dispel.
Okay.
Gives him something. And the Waveform Chart. They have like one last hurrah here, right?
Okay.
I still think the fights are in Viking GG's favor, but they're going to get just like easier and easier for them as the game progresses. So Hellraisers need to take that big fight sooner rather than later.
Right.
Oh, that's a good item though. The Blink on the Veno. Blink and Aghanims. Oh boy. What a gross spell. And it's got a 60-second cooldown. That is so insane. And the 5-second poison no duration. Oh my god.
Exactly. So it lasts 23 seconds, and it's on a 60-second cooldown.
Like if he hits,
nice ulti.
if he hits everyone at Hellraisers, they can't fight.
Yeah. No, they really can't.
I mean, no wonder they're buying Daedalus. They're trying to kill everyone before they die.
Yeah.
It's like we need crits.
Chu's gonna go down yet again. Found up on the top side of the map there. Yeah, that's kind of insane. Like, I'm sure that there's some spells that have like worse uptime than that are just sort of neutral abilities, right?
Yeah. It's 3,000 damage total before reductions.
God.
It's pretty good.
So nuts. Well, 18 to 23, a good old charge coming through. He's gonna pass through Nyx actually and stop the charge onto Kasani. They're waiting for a haunt play there. And I mean, that's the thing that's just so devastating about this combo, right? Like you just charge and then you haunt afterwards. And it's like, what are you gonna do? Part of me feels like they need Lincolns, but as you said, you also need to be able to just kill people before it happens. Like,
yeah,
there's so many problems right now that they need to deal with in this game. And Viking GG just continuing to play flawlessly. Oh, thought I was gonna get a caster curse there.
The seeds of fortune.
My goodness.
Slurry that glimmer and not gonna save. Oh, they're starting to fight. This is gonna be bind back.
That's a good play. And then the Venom ulti onto everybody except for Chu. And Chu, he's not long for this world anyways. Nyx BKB'd, but still under control. Tries to waveform away, has 2 charges of it. BKB's out immediately. And, well, 3 dead, 1 buyback on the tree. Yeah, man, it hurts. It hurts.
And that's surely a bad sign when the Venom feels like, as long as I just blink into the entire scrum and ult, we're going to win.
Yeah. Like, that fight started with their Enchantress dying. And they're like, yeah, this seems like a good one. Let's go.
My fight recap says that Spectre died, but Spectre didn't die, right?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Just making sure. For some reason, it says Spectre died.
The game cannot handle the insanity.
It just can't. It can't take it.
Octarine Core, Abyssal Blade for Shad. And, yep. So the question now is, who does Spectre want to makes life hell? Who's the person you kill here?
Everyone, because you have 2 haunts.
Okay, all right, that seems fair. 2 haunts, 2 abyssals.
Yeah.
Well, thought about the overgrowth. Thinks better of it. No buyback for 78, and this is going to be a tier 2 tower taken. In the meantime, Nyx is trying to get some split push going. It's not looking great though. Ooh.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Waveform through. Did use his Yules, but Ember still has Aegis anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, there's like too many things on this Ember now. Aegis, Aghanim's coming soon. Went for the Octarine before the Ags, which is kind of cool. Was really banking on it being an Ags and not a refresher in the Roche, I think.
Poor Kasani. Oh man, he's gonna Satanic, but the Abyssal comes out, he just dies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your position too, right? Like that. This game is completely falling apart. Now the Haunt comes out afterwards. Nyx gonna be Yule Sceptered up. The control is there on to the Ember Morph, but Funix still trying to do what damage he can. Chasing in. He's going to get the Timber Chain up to the high ground. Aram is still running in after him. Shad is also low on mana, but doesn't need it. The bash is there. The kill is there. 3 are dead at the moment. And Viking GG are just looking unstoppable.
And Shad is godlike on the Spectre now.
Yeah, man. It truly is. So the tier 3 tower trying to be held down for as long as possible. They will finally manage to bring it down. They buy back on the Nature's Prophet, maybe looking to take this fight. As they do have the Morphling switching back over into the Ember Spirit yet again.
My Shad hasn't put in the refresher yet.
That E-Blade did nothing.
No.
Oh, man. And now Yule Scepter lift up onto Ember. He's going to walk out of there. Still fine and dandy as the racks are falling. Apparently they don't want to buy back on Funnick. But I don't even know if they would have been able to do much anyways. The Force Staff in, and Kasani, they try and turn, try and take this fight. Toby been brought down low, but he is still going to be able to do a ton of damage. Boom, jumps back in yet again. Shad chasing, looking for some lockdown. They got the Morph in their sights. Good overgrowth to try and keep him alive. But the slow and steady beatdown, the charge through afterwards, adaptive strike. Chains are going to land. Haunt comes in, round 2. He gets the waveform over, but there's the Abyssal Blade. And that is the kill.